All right, citizens one and all, welcome back to more Medieval Dynasty. Let's talk about farming. Let's talk about specifically farming with villagers and how to assign villagers to farm and how to make sure they actually do their job, which is kind of tricky right now. So we're going to go ahead and go into the menus. You can see here we have Otto as a field worker and we have Zamir as a field worker. So to set that, you would specifically open. We'll go ahead and unassign him so we can reassign him. We'll come back to the barn, assign Zamir back as a field worker. Farmer seems to do stuff in the barn like crushing up the rye and the wheat, making things, tools in the barn. So that's cool. Field workers seem to make the seeds, put the seeds down, and fertilize and harvest whatever's grown. So this still seems a little bit finicky, but at this point in time, we're going to go with it. And then from there, you go ahead and back to management. You click on fields. And you go in here and you can change what's planted. So if we want a cabbage down here, we could click cabbages and they'll come through and they'll fertilize. So you can see here, this is plowed and fertilized, but nothing's planted. None of this is plowed. And I don't think that matters much anymore. So now that you have to fertilize every single time now, they changed that the other day. This is plant and growth, and then this is ready for harvest. We have nothing ready for harvest yet right now. So we set everything to flax. A couple things to note, they go from top down. So they don't go this way. They go rows like this. So when you plan your garden, you want one row of flax, and then you want to mix it up and put a row of onions, or you just want to put a couple of onions, and then you continue with flax. You can do that. Or you can do the whole thing flax, or you can come through here and change the whole thing to beetroot, whatever you desire. Then they'll come through and do it. Right now, I'm having some issues with them actually following through on their work. I actually have plenty of manure, but we're still determining where it needs to be it in the resource building or the barn specifically. So we've not worked that out yet. But from field management, again, you can set the crops for the villagers to work. I think that it has a bit of issues right now. And I think in the future, it's actually going to be really cool. So I look forward to that, but that is the basics. So they had been out here earlier fertilizing, but they're not anymore. And I'm trying to figure out why. But besides the point, typically they do work the field without a problem. I'm going to actually try a couple of smaller fields and a few other things like that to see if we can get any kind of headway, leeway, anything going on. But again, guys, that is how you control the villagers to work the fields. And I think overall it works pretty well. Let's watch him for a minute. What you coming out to do there, Zamir? What you got? You got some fertilizer? Manure? Oh, it looks like he does. Good. Very good. I would like to see these actions faster in the future as well, but we can see he did find the manure. And I had the manure in the barn. We had put 41 in there from the resource center because he was not pulling it out of the main resource building. So with it in the barn, we are down to still 41. Okay, so I'm not sure when that number resets. But as you can see, we have flaxseed. I even moved the flaxseed over to the other building to see. Because Otto, what are you doing, man? Anyways, again, that is the basics of how to control villagers to work your fields. It seems like the AI is a little bit sluggish right now since the dev team did change yesterday that you have to fertilize every time. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you for being here, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I look forward to more live streams, and I hope you have a great time in Medieval Dynasty.